Okay, if you've completed the first part of this exercise, you should have a page now with a whole lot of subjects and themes and styles and locations, just general sort of ways to categorise all the different photos you like to shoot. There's no correct answer here, so it's just a matter of taking what you've got, what you shoot, and putting that into some sort of structured order so it's easy to work with all the different tasks that we'll be completing when we start to market and grow your business. For a long time I did this process using a spreadsheet, and it worked quite well for a while, but over time I started to add so much information to it. I switched to a mind mapping software. That just gives you a whole lot more options, and I find it's easier to work with this way, and you can add a lot more information and hone in straight to the area you need to work on at any given time. This one is called Mindomo. It's a free download for Windows and Macs, and by the time we're done you'll see it's quite flexible and a very powerful way of organising your work. So basically what you want to do is find a few broad areas to categorise your work in. Ideally sort of 5 to 10, maybe 15 tops. It depends a lot on what you do, the type of work you do. With this example I'm just using some broad subject areas, but for example a travel photographer might prefer to focus on countries or regions. A fine art photographer might want to focus on the style of work. It's up to you to work out which way works best. So for this example I'm using some broad categories, and with this software it's really quite easy. If I wanted to add another one I could just drag it out here. I might say I do some people, then I can just add subcategories under that, and you can close those or you can add more anytime. So the idea is once you've set your broad categories, you just go through underneath and you can add all the subcategories you might have come up with when you made your big list, and just put those in there wherever they happen to fit. So you can see this is just a rough one I've done, and you can split them up even further as you want. Just close these up. So for this example, a lot of my work is Macquarie Island, which is sub-Antarctic. Under that I've got I've got the broad groupings here, and then I can split each one down into more specific species. So you can see at a glance I could look at that, open that up anytime and see exactly what I've got under this category. One thing I like about the software is for any species you can add notes, and in this case one thing I always do with my nature subjects, jump online and I'll make sure I've got the scientific name. So if you're going to sell nature subjects as stock, you do have to identify it accurately. Another one I like to do is jump on Wikipedia or other sites like that and just grab a bit of general info on the subject and slot that in there, and then when time comes to start publishing sets of photos, I've got a bit of a quick reference guide on hand and I can get a few facts and figures to flesh out the content I publish. While I'm doing that research, if I come across anywhere where I can add a link back to my photos when I publish them, I'll make a note of that here too. So the other thing you can do with this software is you can make it look as interesting as you like. For example, you can just add a thumbnail for each of your sections if you want. You can add other notes. You might come up with ideas on photos you'd like to get. I probably won't get back here again, so that wouldn't work. But it might be I could look at some of these and think, okay, there's a photo I missed or a photo I got that I'd like to shoot again. Might get ideas for whole new shoots or other stuff. So you can actually add a new subtopic, and you can do something like that. Just add any ideas as you come to them. Especially when you're sorting through your work, quite often you'll come up with an idea, you'll spot something and think, oh, I wish I'd done that, or I wish I'd got that photo. Lots of ways you can use it, but the big one is just to jot this stuff down as you go. You can also highlight various sections. That's the theme, so you can actually change the colours for however you like. One thing I've done on my subject list is I just identify the ones that are actually high value. You could even just use icons, so anytime I come back I can open it up and I've got that visual reference straight away about what I've got and what I might work on next. So the main thing is to make it your own. Choose the right categories, give a bit of thought to the way you want to categorise your work. Then you use the various options, the themes and the styling to make it your own and make it something that you're really comfortable working with, that suits the way you look at your photography. Again, you can use other tools for it. You can get by with the spreadsheet or even paper lists, but I just find this is a very convenient way of going about it. And again, this one is Mindomo. It's free software, but the catch is it's only free for 40 topics. So you'll probably need more than that by the time you're done. So what I'd suggest is you can set up a free account with the link below And if you share the site, there's an option there to share the site on Facebook, and that will straight away give you 30 days of premium access, which is plenty of time to set up your subject list. And by the time you do that, you'll have a very good idea of whether it's something you're going to use or not. And then if you want to upgrade, you can grab the desktop version. I think it's about $27, and I think you'll find you use it a lot. I use it for all kinds of things. It's a great project management tool, any sort of shoots or marketing exercise, anything I'm doing at all really. These days I do in here. I start with a quick mind map, lay it all out, set up some to-do lists, and I find it's a very, very useful way of keeping track of all kinds of different projects. And again, the subject list especially, it's invaluable for that. If you prefer not to go for the commercial option, there's also a link below to a free program called FreeMind, which is quite robust, does much the same thing, not quite as many options and probably a little bit dated, but you might find that works for you as well. So main thing is to get that information you've got, get all those topics you've written down, get them into some sort of order, some sort of structure, so you can see at a glance just exactly what you've got, and we can use that then to work out how we're going to promote and grow your business. See you next time.